Opening statement, natural bodybuilding is not good for you or your hormones, okay? And this is going to be kind of a long rant, so if you're watching on short form, it'll probably be broken into some parts that you can scroll through. If you're watching on YouTube, it's probably going to be one long rant. But what you need to understand is that as a natural, you are not injecting or inserting any sort of foreign hormones into your body. What you have is what's naturally being produced. If you genuinely get lean, right? Because I've done shows before and I haven't gotten ridiculously lean. It was kind of the result of bulking up to like 245 and not giving myself ample time to cut. It was like a 20-week cut, but I bulked way too hard. This time I did 2 back-to-back shows. By the second show, I was 193 pounds, the lightest I've probably been since high school. Comparing that to my last show, I only got to 200 and I had more muscle now, so I was significantly leaner. In full transparency, I just want to say my testosterone is shot. It has been 3 months since I competed. Now, I haven't gotten blood work done, but I might soon because the symptoms I'm experiencing are kind of concerning considering the fact that it has been 3 months. So I knew my hormones were going to be messed up to an extent. They always are after I compete. So I was trying to restore my body fat back to a somewhat healthy level and give it some time. It's been some time. And this is why I never recommend competing in a bodybuilding show just to test the waters or to see if you like it for the average guy. Because you're either A, going to show up on stage not looking ready at all and your hormones might be fine and you'll get a taste of what it's like. But honestly, a lot of the other competitors see that as disrespect to the sport and I just don't recommend it. The other option is you can get truly shredded and see if you like it, but you're probably messing up your hormones way too early before you actually have enough muscle to go and win a show. I wouldn't compete unless your goal is to actually win a show or to just do it one time just to be able to say you did the hard thing. So what are my symptoms? Well, let's start with when I'm prepping. To try to somewhat dull the effects, I do take biotin and stuff, but it accelerates male pattern baldness. My body does not want to partition nutrients to my hair, so I start to get bald spots when I'm deep in a cut. As you can see, it's getting better now, but I do have to take certain supplements to try and revive it. My fingernails also get kind of weirdly rippled and weird white lines in them. So yeah, I'm not getting sufficient nutrients in my body. Now, obviously on the show prep, you feel extremely lethargic to extents you maybe could have never imagined. Things like walking up a set of stairs or even getting up from seating feel like the biggest daunting tasks. Now let's talk about post-show recovery. So, you've already competed, right? Your leptin and ghrelin and hunger signaling hormones are going to be extremely out of whack because your body is essentially starving. Say you binge a few days and you put on 5 or 6 pounds of fat or more and you get your body fat back to a level where maybe your hormones should be normal, the biological clock is not going to catch up. You're going to eat whatever you want and still feel hungry. It doesn't matter. So you're going to be sitting there thinking about food all the time and be very food minded for a certain amount of time after a show. Now, because I've been competing for say 4 years now, I've gotten kind of used to it. But even now, 3 months post show, I'm very food minded. I care a lot about what my food tastes like and setting aside meal time to sit and actually enjoy my meals, which can be better for digestion, but it shouldn't be that high in the hierarchy of my focuses. And I will say I've gained 15 pounds since my show. Most of that just front loaded right afterward because I was trying to get my body fat back to a healthy level. And my body fat should be at a pretty healthy level right now, just looking at myself in a mirror. Like I don't look crazy shredded anymore. But the symptoms I'm experiencing, which is what I've been trying to get to as far as my testosterone goes, is any male drives, just imagine they're significantly lower than they should be or non-existent. And that doesn't even mean just in regards to like being a straight man thinking about women. I mean, that's included. You know, as a young guy, you enjoy going to the gym. Like you could pretend it's hardcore or something, but you do it because you like it. I don't like working out right now. I do it every day like as if I'm going to my 9 to 5 because yes, I care a lot about my bodybuilding career, but I don't enjoy my workouts. I don't enjoy physically exerting myself, which I should as a man with high testosterone. I also still feel extremely lethargic and I avoid social interaction at just about all costs. I'm pretty much a hermit. I stay in the house almost all the time. But I don't want you to think I'm doing something wrong, right? I know what I'm doing, and I know a lot of you high test gurus, the cutting board steak type of guys might be thinking I'm missing A, B, or C. I'll tell you everything I do as far as my testosterone increasing protocol because honestly, I have been able to accelerate the recovery process a bit here. Things are starting to get a bit better, I could tell, but it's taken an extreme amount of effort. I eat red meat daily, track all my micronutrients, and hit every single vitamin target. I eat omega-3s multiple times a week and take fish oil daily. I eat a rainbow full of produce. I eat my organ meats. I eat canned fish like oyster and sardines that are supposed to be good for testosterone. I sleep in a cold room. I still do high intensity sets to failure, and I'm still in a surplus. I'm still gaining about a quarter pound a week after being at an ample body fat level. As far as my macro intake, I'm eating an ample amount of protein. And what a lot of people don't know is that the main endocrine supporting macronutrient is actually fats. You have to eat about 0.3 to 0.5 grams per pound you weigh. And I put myself closer to the high end of this just to ensure that I'm getting ample fats. And there may be more things on the list that I haven't named. I guarantee you, whatever you could think of, I'm probably doing it. And I'm a relatively educated individual, right? I'm just about a month from my 4-year biology degree. What you need to understand is there's actually just about nothing additionally I could be doing to restore my testosterone faster, and it is just about biological timelines. Typical timelines for a natural bodybuilder include your leptin taking maybe 2 to 4 weeks to recover. Your thyroid can take up to 2 to 4 months to recover. Testosterone, 3 to 6 months. So I'm just starting to enter this window. And you're moving dopamine, right? Because what you need to understand is the symptoms I'm talking about, and I talked about this with my friend who's actually a nurse too, is they are the typical symptoms of, say, depression. And I don't really feel depressed like in a sad sense, but I'm kind of showing the symptoms. And the thing is, yeah, natural bodybuilding prep, it almost is like self-induced depression. And it's often the slowest thing to recover, so you need to take that into account as well. So overall, I really just want you to understand that if you want to do a natural bodybuilding show and genuinely get shredded for it, this is the price that you may end up having to pay. So before you start a prep, I need you to ask yourself, is it really worth it knowing all of these things?